Connecting emotions. What does that mean? I'm going to have you give yourself your own example. You're going to an emotional event, wedding, funeral, court, contentious business meeting. What emotions do you feel? What emotions do you want to feel? Do you try to generate some emotions for that? Why do you do that? That's what connecting emotions is. Connecting emotions is generating, using, and feeling emotions to communicate what you feel so you can affect cognitive processes, yours and others. Cognitive processes, how people think. How you feel affects how you think. It affects how others think. This is your ability to put those together. And this domain, connecting emotions, measures that. What's it measuring? It's really looking at 4 things. And the 4 things it's looking at is number 1, facilitation, changing context, emotional dimensions, and sensations. Yes, emotions have sensations. Think of what I'm going to do. I'm going to take you through an example, and we're going to see how this gets put together. But let me first talk about facilitation, self-explanatory, facilitate emotions, right? The next one I said was changing context. How do you change emotions from one context to the other? Sensations. Some emotions have sensations to them. Ooh, I was so angry. I was so hot with it, right? Ooh, I felt the way she treated me when she just put me off. Oh man, that was cold. Emotions have sensations. And there's dimensions. On the dimensional side, think left to right, unpleasant emotions to pleasant emotions, neutral in the middle. Emotions also have another dimension of energy. High energy up, low energy down, neutral in the middle. You won the Super Bowl, you're ecstatic. You've filed your taxes, you're content. There's different energy there, isn't there? But it's still on the happiness scale. I'm going to help put this in context for you. Let's just use an example and see how this works and just apply it to yourself. Let's assume I'm going to run, you're going to run a business meeting, and you have 2 things you want to accomplish. One's a little bit contentious. You're a little bit behind on budget and on schedule, and you need to get serious to see how you're going to make changes to get where you need to be. That's one part of the meeting. Next part, you want to give awards from last quarter. What do you do first and why? I'm going to do the hard part first. I'm going to do the contentious part first. Why? Because I think it's going to be easier to manage emotions, to get folks to be serious and then move them to the happy side. I think that would be best for me. How do I want them to be when they're in that meeting? And how do I want to be? I'm going to be serious. There's some gravity to this situation. We have to get ourselves up. So as I look at the scale, where do I want them? I want them left and neutral. This is going to be somewhat unpleasant. And I want them with some energy. I don't want them down on the energy scale. I want some energy. I don't need it all the way to the top. So that's where I want them to be. I need to ensure that that's where they are so we can accomplish what we need to. They're critical, they're thinking hard, and they're getting things done. So that's me getting my emotions and then reading their emotions. Can I feel their emotions? Are they there? If they're not, what do I need to do to change them? So now this is connecting. I'm sensing their feeling. I'm getting empathy with where they are, where they're not into this, where they're not where they need to be. They're at the wrong end. They're too much energy, that's measuring it. Now, we finished that part of the meeting. Now I want to do the awards. I have to read the room. How are they feeling? I might need to, let's take a break and then come back and do the awards. Maybe bring in some refreshments, some food, because I want to move them. Where do I want them? To the right. I want to move them pleasant, and I want some energy. Not Super Bowl happy, but I want them happy about the awards and recognition. When I get them there, what do I need to do to move them? Do I get them in the right place? How do I need to modify myself? That's the opportunity there. So that is, as we talk about this, that's my ability to generate and use emotions so I get people feeling the way they need to so we can accomplish what we need to get done. So that's an example. That's what it is measuring. This is an important skill. Do you connect well? So now you have an understanding of what perceiving, recognizing the emotions, seeing what's there. Now this is feeling, and how do you move that around? Next, we're going to get into understanding emotions. What generates them? Where do they come from?